Okay, Assalamualaikum semua. Today we proceed with the next topic, which is the measures of position for group data. As you know, measures of position is the quartiles, which is we have three quartiles: first quartile, second quartile, and third quartile. But second quartile also we know it as median. So actually, for the second quartile, you have learned before this. Alright. So untuk group data, we have two ways to find the Q1 and Q3, which is using the formula, and also we can use the OGIF. Alright. So we proceed with the formula. First, I will introduce you to the formula. Okay. So this is the formula to get the Q1, which is the first quartile. Okay, this is the formula. This formula will be given. You no need for you to memorize, but you need to know how to use this formula. Okay, so L1 adalah lower limit for the first quartile class. So first of all, as before this, which is as we want to find the median. Okay, using the formula. First of all, we need to find the position of the data. First, kita cari dulu position of the data ataupun classes that contain the median. So now kita nak cari dulu which classes containing the quartile. Okay, so uh, that is the first thing. You need to find the quartile. The classes that contain the quartile. Okay, and then here n divide by 4. N adalah number of observation. Divide by 4 minus fm minus 1 here adalah cumulative frequency before the first quartile class. So we need the cumulative frequency column. Okay, untuk nak guna this formula. F1 adalah frequency for the first quartile class multiply dengan C. C adalah quartile class size. Nak cari C adalah class size. How to find the class size? As before this, you can find it using the formula of upper limit minus dengan lower limit. The upper boundary minus dengan lower boundary for the classes that contain the first quartile. Okay, so the step 1, obtain the cumulative frequency. So we need to find the cumulative frequency column for every classes. Okay, can you imagine our group data? We will have the table that the first column will be the classes and the frequency. Okay, so we need the other column to obtain the cumulative frequency for each of the classes. Yang kedua, identify the first and third quartile class. Okay, which is how to do this? We need to find the location for the first and the third quartile by using the formula of n divided by 4 and 3n divided by n. Okay, so n here adalah number of observation. N adalah number of observation dan okay, we have these two, which is the way how to find the position of the quartile, the class of the quartile. Untuk first position for the first n over 4 adalah position for the first quartile, and 3 over 4n, which is will be the position for Q3. Okay, untuk Q2 adalah median. Position untuk Q2 before this adalah n divided by 2. Okay, and then once we have the cumulative frequency column and we know the position of the quartile class contain, then we can use the formula. Okay, untuk Q3 sama je, cuma bezanya kat sini L3 here will be the lower limit for the third quartile class. So we need to find the classes that contain Q1 and classes that contain Q3. Okay, and then here will be 3n divided by 4. Fn minus 1 adalah the cumulative frequency before the third quartile class. Kalau Q1, Fm minus 1 here will be the cumulative frequency before the first quartile class. Itu saja bezanya. Okay. Alright, this one will be the frequency. Okay, F3 here will be the frequency for the third quartile class. Okay, let's see the example. Bawah sini. Okay, this is the class, the group data, which is the number of students in a school according to age that read the Women's Weekly magazine during the first week of December in 2004. So we have the first column, which is the classes, is age. Dia punya variable is age. Dia punya frequency adalah this column. Okay, so seems that this data ataupun dia punya class will be class yang asalnya dia akan jadi macam ni lah ni. Okay, saya buat x. Okay, sebagai variable age will be more than or equal to 10, less than 12. Then x more than or equal to 12, less than 14. Okay, so ini akan menjadikan kita punya classes adalah overlapping classes. Okay, dia punya lower limit dan upper limit will be 10, 12, 12, 14, 14, 16, 16, 18, 18, 20. Okay, because of this is our classes. Okay, looks like. Okay, so dia akan ada overlapping. It will be 10, 12, 12, 14, 14, 16, 16, 18, and 18, 20. Okay, and then that is the frequency for each of the classes. Kat sini kita buat another row here sebab nak cari cumulative frequency. The first one will be 0. Okay. Also, in order to later after this, in order to draw the ogive, we need the cumulative frequency and also this column, which is the upper boundaries. Okay, lower boundaries and upper boundaries. Okay, so kita start. Ogive akan start dengan 10. Okay, so cumulative frequency will be 0, 5 here, will be 15, 25, 75, and 1, 3, 5. Okay, so that is our table. Okay, so in order to find the Q1 and Q3 using the formula, so we need the position first, right? We need the position ataupun we need the classes that containing the Q1 and Q3. So we need to find the position of Q1, which is n divided by 4. Okay, and here adalah number of observation ataupun total of the frequency. So it will be 135 divided by 4. So you will get 33.75. So which classes that containing sorry. So okay, sorry. To find the position here, we need another column. Saya nak buat column tu kat tepi tu. So saya padam dulu this thing. Kita cari dulu column of position of data. Sebenarnya you tak buat pun tak apa, tapi I nak tunjukkan supaya lagi nampak. Buat contoh. Okay. So we need another column which is the position of data. Sama macam waktu nak cari Q2 ataupun median for the group data. Okay, if you can remember. Okay, so the position of data for the first row will be from 1 until 5, right? Okay, untuk ni first interval ataupun classes 10 to 12. Okay, yang kedua will be 6 until 15, right? And then 16 until 25, 26 until 75, 76 until 135. Okay, so kat sini kita boleh tengoklah for the first classes, the position of data, kita akan ada 5 data kat sini. So data yang pertama sehingga data yang kelima berada di kelas yang pertama. Data yang ke-6 sehingga data yang ke-15 akan berada di second classes and so on. Okay, so we proceed tadi. Position for the first, position for Q1, which is n divided by 4, 135 over 4. So you akan dapat 33.75. So 33.75 data yang ke-33.75 akan berada di these classes, right? Akan berada di kelas yang keempat, which is 16 to 18. Sebab 33 berada dalam this interval. Okay, untuk Q1. Okay, kita proceed dengan Q1. Okay, let's see the formula. So here kita akan gunakan this value lah, 16 over 18. Dia punya frequency is 50. Cumulative frequency dia 75 and before that is 25. Okay, look at the formula. Okay, so to use this formula, using that example, so L1 adalah lower limit for the quartile class. Okay, lower limit for the quartile class. So dia punya lower limit tadi adalah 16 kan? 16. It will be 16. Okay, plus 135 divided by 4 minus F n minus 1 adalah cumulative frequency before the quartile class, which is 25 tadi. Divide dengan F1 adalah frequency for the first quartile class, which is 50. Okay, multiply dengan class size. How to find the class size tadi? 18 minus 16. It will be multiply dengan 2. Okay, so solve this. Remember, you need to solve in bracket first and multiply, barulah tambah. Kena selesaikan in bracket dan juga with kalau ada multiplication ataupun divide, so kena buat yang tu dulu. Okay. So 135 divided by 4 minus 25 bahagi 50 multiply 2 and plus 16. So the answer will be 16.35. The first quartile class will be 16.35. 16.35 ni adalah dia punya variable. So 16.35 ni berada di sini. Berada di sini. Yang kita nak tahu tadi first quartile class adalah variable kita lah age. Okay. So kita tak tahu. We know the positionnya adalah classes 16 to 18. Tapi kita tahu the exactly value of Q1 is berapa. 16 ke, 16.5 ke, 17 ke. So we use that formula. So lastly we'll get the value is 16.35 untuk Q1. Okay, let's see pula untuk Q3. Sama saja. Cara yang sama. Merah. The position for Q3 will be 3n divided by 4 tadi kan. So it will be 3 multiply 135 divided by 4. That will we get divided by 4. So we get 101.25. So 101.25 okay, berada di this interval berada dalam position dalam uh, this range. So we can say that the position of Q3 berada di dalam this interval. Whether 18 ke 19 ke 90.5 ke, kita tak tahu lagi. So we need to use the formula and we will use the value of 60 untuk frequency and dia punya cumulative before that is 75. Okay, use the Q3 formula. So it will be L3 adalah lower limit for the quartile class which is 18 tadi plus K3 multiply 135 divide by 4 minus dengan Fn minus 1 cumulative before the third quartile class which is 75 divide dengan frequency for the quartile which is 60 multiply to plus lah samalah 18 20 minus 18. Sorry, kenapa I buat C? It is should be 2. Here. Right? So calculate that. So the answer will be 18.875. So the third quarter class reducing 80.875, which is the value of the age. Okay, that is the way how you find the Q1 and Q3 using the formula. Okay, the other way to find the Q1 and Q3, which is using the OGIF. We can use the OGIF. So first of all, you need to create the OGIF first. So make sure you know how to draw the OGIF, which is you should have the boundary, the class boundary for each of the classes, and then we will have the first plot mestilah adalah lower boundary for the first classes, and then yang lain-lain tu adalah upper boundary for each of the classes, right? And then we will use the cumulative frequency. And then make sure bila nak lukis, nak draw the OGIF, make sure kena ada title and then labelkan all the y-axis dan juga x-axis. Okay. And then once we have the OGIF, so sama juga we need to find the location that containing Q1 and Q2. Cari location dulu. Actually, ia sama juga dengan the way how you find the median using the OGIF kan. Kena cari dulu position and from there you akan drag sehingga you jumpa dia punya value of apa ni the median. So sama juga dekat sini. Okay, so let's see. Okay, yang ni I dah ada OGIF, so I gunakan this OGIF. From example 2.28, page 64, the variable before this adalah time taken to answer the quiz. Okay, so let's say now kita nak cari Q1 and Q3 for this data. Okay, so we will have here will be the ini 5 ni adalah lower boundary for the first classes. Okay, and then yang lain-lainnya adalah 5, 15, 20 ni adalah upper boundary for each classes. Okay, and then frequency here actually adalah cumulative frequency. Okay, so how to find the Q1 and Q3 using the OGIF? So first of all, kena cari dulu position. We need to find the position. Okay, kena cari dulu position of Q1. Okay, position of Q1, which is the n divided by 4. So this n here adalah 20, kan? Ada kat sini cumulative frequency dia 20. So number of observation is 20 divided by 4. So you akan dapat position for Q1, which is 5. Okay, so 5 berada di sini frekuensi. So you drag using ruler. Make sure mesti using the ruler. And then from here, drag ke bawah, you akan dapat nilai Q1. So this is our Q1. Kat sini will be 15. Quite easy for this type of data because of the range maybe dia punya frequency. Okay, so tengok pula untuk position for Q3, which is 3n divided by 4. So you akan dapat 3 multiply 20 divided by 4. So you will get 15. So this is 15. Quite lucky here, right? Because of the apa ni, dia punya scale tu tepat. So we drag ke bawah. And then this is our Q3, which is 25. So ini value yang kita nak. Ini adalah position yang kita cari before we find, sorry, here is Q3. Q3 is 25, Q1 is 15. That is the way how you find the Q1 and Q3 using the OGIF, but make sure you draw the OGIF properly. Kalau tak, the value yang you dapat will be differ. Okay. Alright. So that's all. And then of course lah you need to know how to interpret the Q1 and Q3. So the interpretationnya sama macam sebelum ni untuk ungroup data. Cuma cara untuk you nak cara you nak cari the value saja berbeza for group data dan ungroup data. The interpretation will be the same. Right? Okay, so that's all.